Hello guys and welcome back to Happy Freak Friends. I'm Chris X and we're playing again Elder Scrolls Online. Awesome builds, and today we have a very quick, amazing and very efficient healer build, a Warden healer build that you're gonna love it and you're all gonna use it. In this video we're gonna talk about the Mundus Stone, the race, the sets that we're using, the CP points and the rotation. By starting the race, you can pick a classic high elf or you can go easily with a Breton due to its sustainability. But also, since we're gonna have the Mundus Stone of Atronach, we're gonna have plenty of resources, so you can avoid the Breton. Of course, if you like to go with a Breton, you can have even more resources, but I'm going today with a high elf. So again, Mundus Stone is gonna be the Atronach, so it can give you more magicka recovery, and of course all your set will be divines. We're gonna talk about this later, so you can have even more magicka recovery because you're gonna need a lot as a Warden healer. For the sets we're going with the Restoration Staff of Winter's Respite. Winter's Respite is an overland set, which means that you can find it in Western Skyrim by doing delve bosses, world bosses, public dungeons, anchors, etc, etc. So you can have it from there or you can easily buy it. Of course it's not very cheap, but if you don't want to get into trouble finding it and trying to acquire it for all those bosses in Western Skyrim, you can buy it from guild traders. So for the Winter's Respite we're going easily with 3 pieces of jewelry as well as the Restoration Staff. On the back bar you can use easily the Winter's Respite Ice Staff or any other stuff if you like to make some damage. I'm going with the Maelstrom Lightning Staff because I like to make some damage as well as a healer. But you can go also with the Maelstrom Ice Staff to give some shield to your teammates. But as I mentioned, Winter's Respite also, any kind of stuff would be fine for the back bar. The second set is gonna be the Olorime set. One of my favorite. I believe that it is a must-have for every kind of healer. You can farm it from NCR, Cloudrest Trial, which you can find in Somerset. If you don't have access in Somerset, or if you feel a little bit uncomfortable, unconfident to make this trial, but actually I assure you that as soon as you will reach 160 CP you can make it pretty easily. There is another alternative, very powerful healing set, which is the Spell Power Cure from the White Gold Tower dungeon. And it's very powerful due to its 5th trait, because whenever you overheal yourself or an ally you give major courage. So you increase weapon and spell damage. This is the Spell Power Cure. I'm not running it currently, but it's a very good set if you like to replace either Olorime or Winter's Respite. But I believe that you're gonna love Winter's Respite and Olorime combination very much. And also for the monster set we are going with the Night Flame. Night Flame is a very easily to be obtained monster set from Elden Hollow 2 in Veteran. If you like, you can go also for the Chokethorn, which you can get from Elden Hollow 1, which is also a very cool healing monster set. But this one is very easy to be obtained as well. The Night Flame from Elden Hollow 2. Because whenever you heal yourself or an ally, you will have a chance to summon a totem, which heals as well. Now for the traits, we're gonna go easily with the divines for all of our armor pieces in order to increase even more our magicka recovery. And of course, the jewelry, we're gonna keep the magicka recovery trait, glyph as well. And we're gonna keep the arcane, the original trait, in order to have more magicka. So this build never runs out of magicka. Before we go through the skills, let's take a look on our champion points. So for the champion points, let's start with the green ones. As you already know, the green ones don't even matter where you're going to place them. It doesn't matter, it depends on you. Whenever you want more gold, on better quality treasures, or movement speed of your mount, etc, etc. It's up to you, entirely up to you, so I'm not gonna pass through my skills. You can choose whatever you want from the green part. From the fitness, we're going to use a typical fortified to have more armor, the rejuvenation, and I personally go for the strategic reserve and the siphoning spells, because your teammates are going to kill enemies for you, so you're gonna restore magicka pretty easily. It doesn't matter if you are going to kill the enemies, as long as you will damage just a little bit an enemy and it's gonna be killed, you're gonna restore this magicka. Of course, if you like, you can swap the strategic reserve for the boundless vitality to have some more health, but it's entirely up to you. I'm not in need of health because I'm a healer and my health is pretty high as well. And for the warfare, this is the most important, just pay attention in this one. So the most important part, as long as you're a healer, is the left part of the warfare CP point, so you have to make your way to the mastered curation. From the mastered curation, you have definitely to fill this up with 20 points, and then to get from the brink, which is very useful, because whenever you heal yourself or an ally under 25% health, you grant them a damage shield that absorbs some damage for them, so it's very important to have that. And also the enlivening overflow, because you're obviously overhealing yourself and allies as well, so you give them more recoveries. By going forward, you will have to equip also Soothing Tide, which increases your healing done by the area of effect heals. It's very important to have a healing done high percentage because you're a healer. And also the Swift Renewal, which increases more your healing done. So healing done, you're going up to 20% up by those two skills, very important. If you like to swap one skill, because you can go also with a Fighting Finesse, because it increases your critical healing, you can equip this by unequipping from the brink or enlivening overflow, but I wouldn't recommend that, by sacrificing the other two. So after the new update, the new skills that appear here in the CP points for healers are very awesome. Now let's go through the skills. So for the skills, I picked up the Warden healer because it's very, very effective, and it has a whole skill line dedicated only in healing. And we're gonna go explaining by the back bar first, and afterwards we're gonna go to the front bar. Yes, we're gonna do it opposite way, but you will see the reason. So for the back bar, we're gonna start with Elemental Drain. A very cool move. You're gonna get it from the Distraction Staff. That's why we're using the Distraction Staff. Elemental Drain, because the target you choose to receive the Elemental Drain will have less resistances. So the boss is gonna be more vulnerable. Another skill that we're gonna use is the Blue Betty, because except for the weapon and spell damage that gives, which is not very, very necessary for a healer, obviously is not, but also restores magicka over time. So more resources being replaced pretty easily. This one, you can get it from the animal companions, and it's here. It's the Blue Betty. It's the morph of Betty. Another skill that we're using on the back bar is the Fetcher Infection, which makes damage over time. The fourth skill that we're using for the back bar is a very important one to have. It comes from the Undaunted, you know it, is the Energy Orb. It's quite hard to obtain it because you have to level up your Undaunted bar up to level 5, if I'm not mistaken, and then you will have to morph the orb, which takes a lot of time. But eventually you will have the Energy Orb, which is the morph for the healer. A very, very powerful, which gives resources, gives healing, is a must to be on the back bar always. Last skill that we're using for the back bar, it comes again from the Distraction Staff, and it's gonna be the Elemental Blockade, which is actually the Wall of Elements. As you can see, The blockade, if you have a frost destruction staff, grants damage shields. I'm currently using the lightning staff, which sets enemies off balance. But you can choose whatever you want. To be honest, I would recommend the ice staff, but it's up to you. And as the ultimate for the back bar, I'm gonna use again the aggressive horn. I'm using it a lot as a healer or as a tank, because it's very, very important during the battle to have the aggressive horn, the war horn in other words, which increases max magicka and max stamina of everyone, and also increases critical damage by 20% to everyone in the group, so it's perfect for dungeons and trials. So now let's go to our healing bar, which is the front bar. First skill that we are using from the front bar is gonna be the Enchanted Growth, the first ability of the green balance, which heals you and your allies as well. And of course it gives minor endurance, so you increase their magicka and stamina recovery. Very important, very powerful, very awesome skill to have. Second skill that we're using comes from the restoration staff, and it's the Radiating Regeneration, which is a must to use all the time to heal up to your 3 teammates. Of course, if you're in a trial, that's not gonna work for everyone, but it's very, very important to heal up all those 18,000+ points of heal over time. Next healing skill is gonna be the Budding Seeds, which comes from the green balance as well skill line. Probably you've seen it many times. You summon a field of flowers which blooms after 6 seconds and you heal everyone. And also there is a synergy that appears to all your teammates, the Harvest synergy, which healing even more over time, over 5 seconds. Another skill that we're using from the restoration staff is the Healing Springs, is another AoE. By using this, you're healing you and your allies in the target area, and you restore your personal magicka as well every time you heal yourself or an ally. So more resources for you. And the last restoration staff skill that we're going to use is the Combat Prayer, which is not only a healing skill, but also gives minor Berserk and minor Resolve, which increases your allies' damage done and also the resistances for 8 seconds. Awesome, awesome, awesome skill to use. And for the ultimate, we're going easily with the ultimate from Green Balance, which is the Healing Thicket. An amazing and very, very fast regenerating ultimate. You just need 90 ultimate for this, so you're gonna regenerate this a lot and you're gonna spam it. It's a fantastic AoE healing ultimate that you instantly healing your teammates and also you're still healing them over time. So after seeing all those abilities and skills by theory, let's see how it works in rotation. So for the rotation, as you can see, first of all we have to put out our Blue Betty, then the Infection, then the Elemental Drain, Wall of Elements, the Orb for resources, and then the rest of our moves from the front bar. So simple that there is a way, if you don't like to play as a healer, to prefer to play sometimes as a healer because it's really fun, really easy to control and maintain everything. This again, Blue Betty, your Infection, Wall of Elements, Elemental Drain, mostly for the bosses, the Orbs, the Necrotic Orb, and of course all the healing skills. And let's see how it goes during a boss fight, because we got also the 2 ultimates, which are one healing on the front bar and the other one is the Warhorn that mostly is for tanks, but you can use it as well on healers. So for this battle I'm gonna use the Warhorn, again Blue Betty, Necrotic Orb, sorry that was too fast, the Infection, okay I lost the boss, the Elemental Drain. The Warhorn is very important to have even as a healer, as a tank as well. I prefer to have it always. And now since we are during the boss phase, the boss fight phase, I'm gonna spam all my healing skills so I will keep my teammates alive for longer. And in the end you can also drop, okay, we don't have a tank during this battle, you can drop also this AoE, which is the ultimate healing, is wonderful. If you will stay inside the circle has a large radius, so go for it. It's very cheap also, it doesn't need much ultimate, it's about 100 something. So yeah, Blue Betty, I left the orb, the infection, elemental drain, elemental blockage, and again all the AoEs. Pretty simple, pretty easy, very fun build to play as a healer, pretty effective. So that was the build for the Warden hero today, guys. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you liked it, and I hope you're gonna use this build because it's an awesome build, very powerful, very efficient, because the Warden healers are the best healers out there. Of course there are Templar healers as well and other races, but I believe that the best and the most efficient and effective healers out there are the Wardens. So if you liked the video, guys, please leave a like and subscribe in my channel for more. I'm constantly playing this game and enjoying it, so if you like to see something more or to make a question or anything, please let me know. And probably I'm gonna come again back with another awesome build for new players. So thank you guys everybody for watching. I was Chris X, and I'll see you all next. Goodbye.